Swakalyana gunanantya kritsna swadhinata matihi bhaktyutpatti vividhyartha vistirana dashamoditaha. This is the summary shloka of chapter 10 of the Gita, Vibhuti Yoga, from Swami Alavandar's Gitartha Sangraha. In the 10th chapter of the Gita are described in detail the infinite auspicious attributes of the Lord and His absolute control over everything. Those who understand this will have bhakti sprouting in them. Their devotion will develop and grow. The 10th chapter of the Gita, Vibhuti Yoga, highlights the glories of the Lord, His Aishwaryam, His Niyantritvam, the Shariri Bhava, Lord's Akilaheya Pratyanikatvam, His Kalyana Gunakaratvam, His Aishwaryam, His Lordship, His Niyantritvam. Everything depends on His will. The Shariri Bhava, the relationship between the Lord and the universe. The individual soul and the universe of matter constitute the inseparable body of God, who is the Paramatma, the integral principle without whom neither the souls nor the universe can exist. Lord's Akilheya Pratyanikatvam. He is totally blemishless even though He is the indweller. His Kalyana Gunakaratvam, His auspicious qualities. It is the knowledge of His glories, His opulences, His supreme majesty, His attributes that results in the origination and development of bhakti. Constant remembrance is an important aspect of bhakti. The wonder of creation, the glories of Lord's manifestations can all act as a stimulus. Everything and anything can remind us of the beauty of creation, of the supreme intelligence of the Creator. This spiritual journey has to always begin in a state of wonder of God, this creation, and the relationship with Him. When we are in wonder, we are in awe. We also see God's unseen hand at work, His grace. It is His grace that keeps us all going, even though we often fail to acknowledge. Look at our pumping heart. It is the greatest blessing. A simple pump started pumping even before we were born and keeps pumping all the time without any rest. Did you wonder how could one design such a pump? It is just tissues. But definitely between the lub and dub, there is God's grace. There is grace because after the lub, there need not be a dub at all. It can be lub, lub, lub. But for life to operate, it has to be lub, dub, lub, dub. But if we listen carefully, very carefully, it is lub, grace, dub, grace, lub, grace, dub, grace, and so on. God's grace works over time. And when we recognize this, we are in awe of the Lord. We are in gratitude. And let's remember, the worship most acceptable to God comes from a heart and a mind filled with gratitude, wonder, a sense of awe, faith, and right knowledge. How do we cultivate this kind of worship? Through the knowledge of God's Vibhuti. Vibhuti denotes Aishwaryam, Lord's wealth, His properties. Vibhuti denotes Lord's lordship. Vibhu is one who controls. Therefore, Vibhuti is that which is controlled, ordained, ruled over by the Vibhu. In this chapter, Krishna talks about His glorious manifestations, His opulences, His vibhutis. Everything whose creation, sustenance, and actions are all under His control. There are three stages, successive stages in the evolution of supreme devotion. Parabhakti, Parajnana, Paramabhakti. Parabhakti produces an eager and intense desire and determination to see the Lord. The aspirant wins the grace of the Lord by this keen desire. He cries out to the Lord to grant his vision. The ever-merciful Lord, being pleased with the sincerity and intensity of love, rewards the aspirant with his perfect and comprehensive vision. This mental vision is called Parajnana. When the aspirant is blessed with this glorious vision of the Lord, an excessive, unsurpassed love is born in him, and he yearns to enjoy the Lord forever without any break. This highest stage of bhakti is Paramabhakti. As the aspirant loves the Lord excessively and he yearns to be united with him eternally, the Lord also becomes eager to grant him mukti without any delay. All other means to an end vanish after reaching the goal, but not bhakti. The excessive love for the Lord does not become abated with the realization of mukti. On the other hand, it goes on increasing forever. Bhakti is the means to mukti, and again the state of mukti is qualified by bhakti. The yoga code of conduct which one adopts, knowing the true nature of God, is bhakti yoga. To one who adopts this code of conduct, Sri Krishna undertakes to grant that particular vision, that mental condition, parajnana, by which one can reach God freed from all sins. As the parajnana stage leads one quickly to Paramabhakti stage, Krishna says that this is the means to attain him. It is not merely knowledge that God is both transcendent and immanent. Through the exercise of free will, we must force into our lives that realization regarding the nature of God and live a life fully aligned with him. It is by living such a life that we become freed from all our karma. Sri Krishna declares, "To shower my grace on my bhaktas, I establish myself as the object of their thoughts in their minds and manifesting my auspicious qualities. Lighting the lamp of clear knowledge regarding me, I destroy the darkness of ajnana, the darkness of ignorance, the darkness of karma." After stating in general that the Paramatma, the indweller in all beings as their antaryami, their very basis and the source of all their excellence, Sri Krishna then enumerates a large number of his vibhutis. He gives examples of various entities that are under the control of the master, displaying both the controller and his power of control. Through them, the Lord shines forth, and hence they are the glorious manifestations of his splendor, his prowess. We must look upon every instance of beauty, every instance of power, every instance of splendor in this creation as a revelation of the glory of God. But all the beauty, all the splendor in this creation do not exhaust his divine glory. All the wealth of excellence in this world springs out only from part of this inexhaustible power of God. Sri Krishna is our Adhara, our supporter. We are his Adheya, the supported. He is the Ishvara, the supreme ruler. We are his Aishwaryam, his wealth. He is the Shariri, the Paramatma, the supreme indweller. We are his Sharira, his embodiment. We are controlled by him. We exist because of him, and we exist only for him. He is our Vibhu, the Lord. We are his Vibhutis, his glorious manifestations, his properties. Let us celebrate this glorious reality. Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.